What's up, everyone? DeucesJack at VapingInsider.com. Today, I got a new little flavor banger for you. I got the OFRF Gear RTA, 24 millimeters in diameter, single coil. It's a real stubby little one, man. Check it out. Only 24.6 millimeters tall, so it's really short, which is going to contribute to good flavor. Has a 2.3 ml capacity with the straight glass, 3.5 mLs with the bubble glass. It's got these huge deck screws, and I gotta tell you, man, from the packaging that I received, I kind of feel like this is like a sister company of Watofo. It looks like Watofo stuff. In fact, it almost looks like a little bit of an improved version of the Serpent Mini. Let's cut down low. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We'll come back on top. We'll vape on it. We'll talk about it. Cons and pros, and then we're out of here. I'm going to see you down low. All right, everyone. Welcome to the down low portion of this video. Today, we're going to be going over the OFRF Gear RTA. Check it out. See, I got the golden one right there, right? There are the contents of the kit. You can pause it here if you want to read it. There is your barcode with your scratch and check. Also tells you what color you have. And there's some more Gear RTA information. Let's open this up. Let's see what we got. Now, I'm under the impression that this is a sister company of Watofo because they got the same type of packaging. That's a real pain to get everything out. But let's take a quick look around the gear. We're going to put it on deck for a second. Here is the polycarbonate glass extension. Basically, this is like a little bubble glass that will extend your capacity from 2.3 mLs to 3.5. All right. Here are the two drip tips you get. Basically the same drip tip, 510 style drip tips, right? Same drip tip. This one's a little narrower bore. You can see the other one on the right is a little bit wider, but basically the same shape, very, very similar shape. Inside the packaging, you also get these 0.33 N80 coils. Really nice looking coils. We'll probably use them when we build this. You also get these shoelace type of wicking things right here. I dig them. We'll use them as well. You also get a bunch of spare O-rings and some spare deck screws. You get a user manual and a black flathead screwdriver. Let's check out the RTA. I'm digging the gold, man. The gold is really nice, and I normally don't like gold. A little bit of gear branding on there. This has got the glass installed. We're going to put the plastic bubble glass in after I take this thing apart. Check out that gear over there, that cog. That's kind of cool. I'm definitely digging that. In order to access your top fill port, you just give the top part a spin here. Threading's very nice, very smooth. All right, big, gigantic fill port that will accommodate any bottle on the market. I really like that. Nice job on that. On the bottom, we have bottom airflow with stoppers on both ends. Whatever happens on one side, happens on the other side. On the bottom of the atomizer, we have some gear branding with some OFRF branding. We also have a gold-plated 510 connection, insulator ring around it, gold-plated threading around that. This piece right here also comes off for cleaning. So if it gets a little schmutzy inside, you can take that piece off, all right? In order to get the deck off, you just give it a spin, and there's your deck. Now, I got to tell you right off the bat, you know what this reminds me of the Serpent Mini, but with kind of like an updated deck and an updated wicking port. That's exactly how this thing has been vaping. Deck is real simple. Look at that. You know, 4 screws. Doesn't matter which way your coil is wrapped. You can put it in there either way. It doesn't matter. And it's got these GTA style wicking ports right here. Really, really easy to wick. Let's swap the glass out. Let's put the bigger glass in. Pull that out. Take the poly. Pop it in there. Just like that. Now we're ready to have some more capacity once we build this thing. Shout out to the Coil Master 521 plus tab. Put it right in there just like that. Let's grab one of these coils. Now the weird thing is, this coil, you have to have the leads facing the opposite way, but they included coils where the leads are facing the same way. So what happens now is you have a choice, right? You could either add a half a wrap or take a half a wrap off. This is a kind of narrow deck, so I'm going to go with taking a half a wrap off. All right, so what you do is you take your coiling rod like that, right? And you just take one side and bend it back a little bit. Just like so. Okay, and now we're ready to build. Let's open up the screws. Get them open nice and wide. Same thing on this side. Just like that. Okay, and now you just take your coil and you slip it in there. Just like that. Try to center it as much as you can. Don't worry about that lead. We're going to get that in a minute. And you take this and put it right in there like that. Make sure it's in there. And there you go. Now, that looks a little out of joint, so we're going to fix it. We're going to push it a little bit. Just like that. Get it into place. And we might want to give it a final tighten down. Just give it, because I wasn't able to get a good grip on it on camera. Once you got it all in place, your coil should look something like that, right? Now we're going to go after those leads. Take your wire clipper, get it right as close as you can to the edge right there, and give it a snip. Same thing on the other side. Get it as close as you can, and bang, give it a snip. Now your coil should look something like that. Let's see what we're ohming out at. We're ohming out at 0.26. That's probably going to change a little bit. Let's zoom out. Let's see if we can get it to pulse it. It might not change that much because don't forget we took a half a wrap out. See, we got some hot spots. Give it a little stroke. There we go, 0.31. All the hot spots are out and we're at 0.31. There you go. Now it's all built. Let's let that coil cool down. Now we're going to use some Native Wicks Platinum Blend. You guys know, that's the way I roll. Take a nice piece of Platinum Blend. Give it a little twirl between your fingers. Just like so. Put it right through. And pull that cotton through. You hear that nice tension? That's how you want it. When you clip your cotton on this one, you don't have to use really long wicks. You want to cut it right where that O-ring is. That black O-ring, right there. That's where you want to cut it. You want to go right up against that O-ring. Boom. Like that. Okay? That's how you want to have it. Now you take your cotton tool and you just gently, don't want to disturb the wicking. Not at all. Just tuck it right in there. Make sure you get it all in there. Make sure it's nice and loose. Just like that. Okay? Same thing on the other side. Tuck it in there. Nice and easy. Don't disturb the wicking properties of that cotton. See how it goes in there nice and easy, nice and loose. That's how you want it to look. Just like that. I just ordered this from a Black Friday sale. You guys know I love my raspberry juices. This is the Custard Shop Raspberry. I've never had it before. This is my first time having it. So let's try it out on camera. Juice this coil up a little bit. Get it started. Don't go crazy. Just give it a nice wetting. Make it nice and wet. You don't got to go crazy with the juice. We'll turn it on. Give it a test fire. Man, I can't wait to vape that. It smells fantastic. Take your base. Put it onto our newly installed bubble glass. Give it a nice little tightening down. Make sure it's nice and tight. All right, and now we're ready to fill it up. Take our juice bottle. Give it a nice little squeeze. You can see that's filling up nicely. And boom. We are ready for the top cap and drip tip. Put the top cap on. Tighten it down nice. And now which drip tip should we use? I think with the poly, this drip tip will look a little better. It just matches the tank better. Drip tip is really tight. So probably once it gets some moisture on it, it'll be all right. But check that out, man. Nice looking little tank, right? Let's cut back on top. Let's talk about it. Let's vape on it. We'll go over cons and pros, and then we're out of here. See you back on top. All right, everyone. We're back on top with the OFRF Gear RTA. And I got to tell you something, man. Great little flavor banger. I got it on top of my minty green UL Nunchaku. Ohming out at 0.31. I'm rocking it at 30 watts. And I got to tell you, man, the flavor on this is really nice. And for a single coiler, the cloud production is not bad. And the reason for that is the airflow. The airflow has a really slight restriction to it. Barely a restriction. It's almost, when you run it wide open, you can just feel that little bit of resistance, which is just the way I like to vape. So I like the airflow on this a lot. It's super easy to build and wick. You saw that down low. If you've been putting off building, if you're a new vapor and you've been putting off building because you may be intimidated or something like that, trust me when I tell you, this is the time to start. Because this year, there were more single coil atomizers that came out than I can remember. And most of them are so easy to build on that if you're not building, you're doing yourself a disservice. Trust me, go pick yourself up something like this and start building. You won't regret it, I promise you. This one's available in gold, black, blue, rainbow, and silver. I'm rocking the gold on top of the mint green there. I think it looks kind of funky. I kind of like it. All right. Like I said, it just feels like an updated version of the Serpent Mini. That's the type of vape I got out of it. It was very reminiscent of the Serpent Mini, which I really liked anyway. So let's get into it. Let's get into the cons and the pros. The first con's going to be all the surfaces, especially where you need to grip, like the base and the top cap. They're a little too smooth for my liking. I would have liked to have seen them roughed up a little bit. Do something so I can get a better grip on it. So I'm going to give them a con for that. And the other con I'm going to give it is, the deck space, it's very limited. You really can't put big coils in there. 3 millimeters in diameter is probably the biggest you're going to go. Probably 4 or 5 wraps, and that's it. So, you're kind of limited with the deck space. But like I said, that's why this is great for a newbie. But I'm going to give it a con because some people are gonna consider that a con. Let's move on to the pros. First pro is going to be, it's a great looking tank. That's a pro. It's tiny. That's a pro. It's got nice capacity for a single coiler. With the 2.5 ml, you might be filling it up a lot with the straight glass, but with the 3.5 ml, it's not that bad. So I'm going to give them a pro for that. It's got comfortable drip tips. They got a weird shape to them, but they're very comfortable. And you get 2. So that's a pro too. It's very easy to build and wick. We're going to give it a pro on that. And the flavor on this thing is just fantastic. Whoever this OFRF is, they did a great job. This is a nice little flavor RTA. Now, there's really not a lot for me to say about this one. It's just an awesome little flavor banger. It's easy to build, and if you're into the single coil atomizers, trust me, you're going to love this one. Go out and pick yourself up one. I'm telling you, it's worth the money because it's a nice little flavor atomizer. We're going to have a link down below as to where you can buy it. So do us a favor and support our vendors. Go click the link if you're going to go buy it. Head on over to vapinginsider.com/forum. Go over there and join up. There's a bunch of knowledgeable vapors over there. We'd love to hear from you there. That's where I am 24/7. And if you liked this video, if you thought it was helpful, do me a favor, man. Give me that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Share this video with your friends. Hit that notification button. This way you know every time we drop a new review. We're going to see you guys on the next one. You keep living that vape life. We're out of here. Deuces.